should substantially increase its investment in space exploration. The thesis in my case is that the People's Republic of China, not the United States, should increase investment. This is uniquely better than the U.S. for 5 reasons. A. China is vested in funding and developing their program, meaning they'll put full resources into getting it done. B. They have a comprehensive space program. C. It has the world's best R&D and manufacturing sectors. D. Launchers, boosters, and launch systems are all areas dominated by China. And E. China collaborates internationally to ensure they have the best personnel, best tech, and best success. My first contention is that the United States federal government investment in space exploration actually drains funds since it mismanages them. Chris Edwards in 2010 writes that the additional federal spending transfers resources from the productive private sector to the less productive public sector of the economy. The bulk of federal spending goes towards subsidies and benefit payments, which generally don't enhance economic productivity. With lower productivity, average American incomes will fall. As federal spending rises, it creates pressure to raise taxes. Higher taxes reduce incentives for productive activities such as working, saving, investing, and starting businesses.
Well, you said that China should be able to do it. Well, China is still a developing country, so we are already a fully developed country. Why should we have a developing country?
Because they can have more capabilities, and they might have more potential than the United States, because the United States is already failing. As I said, it's mismanaging their funds. So why put more money into getting it done when you're not even sure that it's going to be put to good use? Higher taxes also increase incentives to engage in unproductive activities such as tax avoidance. Much federal spending is wasteful, and many federal programs are mismanaged. Cost overruns, fraud and abuse, and other bureaucratic failures are endemic in many agencies. It's true that failures also occur in the private sector, but they're weeded out by competition, bankruptcy, and other market forces. We need to weed out government failures. Federal programs often benefit special interest groups while harming the broader interests of the public. How is it possible in a democracy? The answer is that log rolling or horse trading in Congress allows programs to be enacted, even though they're only favored by minorities of legislators and voters. One solution is to impose a constitutional cap on the overall federal budget to force politicians to make spending trade-offs. Therefore, the U.S. government shouldn't be trusted with a substantial increase in investment of any programs. My second contention is that China solves it since it has a cheaper satellite program than the United States. Bruce Crumley in 2009 writes that the restrictions have placed China outside the commercial launch sector, dominated by American, European, and Russian companies, meaning China has to offer services at lower prices if it wants to become a major player. This is Jeff Faust, a senior analyst at U.S. Aerospace and Telecommunications Consulting. China has that ambition. Some 25 Western-built commercial satellites are sold worldwide each year, but only 6 have been built without the American components restricted by the ITAR. That's less than 5% of total sales over the past 6 years, and doesn't constitute the threat to U.S. satellite companies that some are claiming, notes one industry source. In 2002, for reasons of both national security and commercial competitiveness, European governments encourage companies to develop the technologies that don't rely as heavily on American suppliers bound to U.S. government oversight, the source says. The result, operators such as Eutelsat can now buy satellites without U.S. consent and turn to China to launch them. And why wouldn't they? The price of launching a satellite is between $80 million and $100 million. Yes?
You're saying China over other countries, well, we have more allies with European countries than Chinese countries. So I think it would make more sense to bond with our allies and choose them for a more reliable source than go with someone that we do not have a further or a specific relationship with.
But China, it doesn't really matter if you're like an ally with the space with that country, as long as you're getting the job done. So like if China discovers a new planet and we're all fighting over it, but the allies are going to overcome China since, as you said, it has less allies. So eventually, America might just get it back. Bertland Lockport and Equities can put your satellite into around half that. So that additional capacity, relatively good technology quality, and a reliable launch record will make China an option companies will probably consider more. Clearly, China would be much better off increasing investment in space exploration rather than the United States. The first prop speaker, my opponent, said that they could find other places that humans could live in. But China can do that.